On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me, feeling really loved, and all of my heart's greatest desires. Welcome back to my channel. It's Hillary Jubilee. It is the second day of the 12 Days of Christmas challenge. Yes, I know Christmas was yesterday, or whenever you're watching this, Christmas is over, but apparently the 12 Days of Christmas started on Christmas Day. I'm not religious, but that's a thing apparently, and that's what we're doing. So, becoming a better version of ourselves, working on our self-concept. Today's topic and what we're focusing on is feeling loved. So today we're going to focus on feeling loved and whole. There's nothing to fix or change. You are exactly as you are. You are perfect. You are worthy. You are enough. You are worthy of love. You are more than enough for the love of yourself and the love of others. Most importantly, yourself, right? That's what we're focusing on, is cultivating that feeling of love and remembering that you are enough just as you are. Of course, there's always room for growth. We don't just stay stagnant and complacent with where we're at. Like, if there's things we don't love about our habits or about ourselves, that's not what I mean. What I mean is within, intrinsically, you are enough. Just because you're on this earth, you're enough. You're worthy of love and respect of yourself and of others. So we're raising our standards. We're raising our standards for ourselves. We're raising our standards for what we accept from other people. And we are focusing on feeling loved today. So again, when we understand that we're not just our human ego or human identity, you know, our personality, how we look, how we show up, you know, all of the appearances and all that stuff is great, but that's not who we really are. So underneath, we're all connected, we're all one, we are all made up of the same energy, we're all made up of the same stuff, we're all worthy of love, we're all God is within us, we're all part of the universe, we're all part of something larger, right? And so we are enough, and we're worthy, and we are worthy of love, and we're worthy of our own love. So if loving yourself fully feels like a big ask for you today, can you focus on one aspect of yourself that you love and commit to stopping complaining about things you don't love about yourself? So if you were to just start there, if you feel like you are in a place right now where you cannot fully commit to, okay, if it feels like a lie, if it feels like too much, or it's not realistic to you to say, I fully love and accept myself as I am today. If you're not there, then can you let go of any self-criticism and all that stuff? If you hear that coming up, you know, in your ego mind monkey mind, ego mind is coming up and saying, you're not enough, you're not worthy of love. Like, tell that to stop and tell it to shut up, because your ego doesn't know what's best for you. Your higher self does, right? And both are an aspect of you, but can you focus in on the things you do love about yourself? Well, I'm really honest. Well, I'm really loyal. I love that I'm really smart. Whatever it is, the aspect of yourself, if you can't focus on cultivating that feeling of fully loving and accepting yourself, start with one aspect of yourself and really focus in on that one aspect of yourself, and keep affirming like how much you love that about yourself. And if you can fully focus in on more aspects of yourself that you love, those aspects will be amplified, and the things that you don't like will fall away. And you know, you can manifest loving more things about yourself the more you focus on what you love about yourself. What you focus on expands. So if you keep focusing on the negative, it will appear to you that everything's negative. If you just keep on focusing on the negative aspects of life or of yourself, that, you know, what you focus on grows, right? So if you cannot cultivate that full feeling of feeling loved from within, if that feels like too much, again, let's focus on one thing about ourselves. If it's a quality, if it's a physical aspect, whatever, something that you really love. I'm generous, or I'm kind, or I'm a good friend, or some aspect of yourself. Like, let's amplify that so that more things come up that we can love about ourselves. And then you can, you know, grow into fully loving and accepting all parts of yourself. So if today it's too much, then just focus in on, you know, one or two things. So our desires tend to come quicker, and life becomes easier and easier the more we embody love. every problem that ever exists, you know, love is pretty much the answer to anything. How can I, you know, if you've never heard of Ho'oponopono, I have a couple videos on it, but basically it's a Hawaiian prayer, and it goes, I am sorry, please forgive me, thank you, and I love you. And you can also just break it up into just thank you or just I love you if the I'm sorry, please forgive me feels off to you. Anyways, just watch my videos about Ho'oponopono. But if you just say I love you to whatever situation, love can always, it's the answer. Love is always the answer. So if there's a problem, the idea of a problem, it's not, a problem is an illusion, right? It's all in your mind. It's not a real thing. Love is what is actually the truth. So if there's any perceived problem, love is always the answer. How can I see this differently? How can I see this from God's eyes or through the eyes of love? How can I see this other person as love if there's an issue with somebody else? Like, love is always the answer. So let us now, for today's challenge, either affirm or script. If you've got a journal, like, you could script about like 5 things that you love about yourself, or you could script about a future. Like if you want to feel like you could script in the present tense. Obviously, you would script like I am this, and this, even if you don't feel like it's 100% true now. Like if you don't feel fully loved by everybody, or if you don't feel fully loved by yourself, you could script a little bit about I feel so loved by everyone in my reality. I am always seeing evidence that I feel loved. So I'm gonna give like a few points that we can either affirm or script, and then if you want to, you could spend 5 minutes in your journal going on about feeling loved and how grateful you are that you feel so loved, right? Okay, so I am loved, I am worthy of love, I radiate love wherever I go, I am always finding evidence that I am so loved. So that's my beginning for you. Script that, affirm that. If you can think of more, go on more with it if it pours out of you. You know, sometimes that happens if you put pen to paper, more stuff will just pour out of you. So maybe script a little bit in your journal for like 5 minutes about feeling loved. And I would love it if you would tell me your favorite loved affirmation. If it's one of these or a different one, if you would put it down below in the comments, that would make my day. And finally, in closing for this challenge, as you go about your day, whether you're doing this, I'm filming this on Boxing Day, whether you're doing this today, I know I'm kind of uploading it late in the day and my time zone is like behind. So if you're doing this the following day, whatever, for the next 24 hours, let's say, as you go about your day or night, any situation that arises, ask yourself, what would love do in this situation? And embody that and become that. Love is always the answer. So let's focus on feeling love today and tonight and for the next 24 hours and beyond. And I thank you so much for watching today. I love you very much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.